and today we're actually going to be stepping away from our normal stuff that I do. So I'm going to be taking apart a dryer and cleaning it because the last owners of the house left it, and frankly, I'm not going to use it without cleaning it because it's kind of fucking gross inside. So here we go. I mean, it could be a hell of a lot worse. It's not like nasty, you know. Their washer was fucking terrible. Yeah, but I'll be getting all that cleaned up. So yeah, let's begin. All right, we're just gonna get right into it here. As you can see, I'm starting to disconnect the hose from the back of the dryer here, which was actually kind of a pain in the ass, considering some reason they put a self-tapper in through it as well as the hose clamp. It's pretty much impossible to see what I'm doing here, but that's basically what I'm getting at. So I'm getting that off. After I got that done, disconnected, the dryer was free to move around at that point. So I started getting that taken care of and going from there. Alright, and the dryer is down, which honestly wasn't that too bad there. It's lighter than you think. And I started looking at it here. Every single screw on this dryer was held together with Phillips head. So I just started taking the back panel off here, getting that looked at. There's really not too much to the dryers. Started pulling out the lid trap, trying to clean out that a little bit here as well. And then going in, getting the door off first. That's just going to be out of my way and easiest so I can move it around without that flapping in my hands or anything like that, even when it's closed. So I got that completely removed off there. Alright, now I'm just unscrewing the screws that hold on the side panel, which I thought would just pop off, but apparently there was some screws in the front that I didn't know about at first. I bent that side panel just a little bit, but it bent right back in place. No big deal at all. Alright, here's the top back panel to the control. Again, everything on here was held together with Phillips screws. Super easy. Literally just used that one screwdriver to take a whole thing apart. And found some wiring diagrams inside of it, which is also pretty neat. These screws here hold on the top panel, which I thought would slide off because on some dryers there are just two basic clips in the front, on the front of the top panel that hold it in. That was not the case on this one. As you can see in a second, after I take off the screws on this back side of this back panel here, there's actually two screws on the front when you open the door right at the top that hold that front panel, that top front panel on. So once you get those off, you can easily slide that off, and then most of the dryer comes right apart, which you'll be seeing here in a second. And those are the screws I was talking about there. Again, Phillips heads for everything, so it was great. So that just popped off there. There's the drum. And honestly, it was a lot cleaner inside of this dryer than I thought it was going to be. And there's the two screws that hold the front panel on to the sides. Some wiring down there for the light and the lock for the door. I didn't know at the time I could just pop those pieces of plastic off. You'll see I figured that out later in the video when I was cleaning everything and just getting it generally tidied up inside. But it's really, as I said, it's not too bad, not too dirty in there, and there's really not too much to a dryer in general. There's the motor, the heating element, and then a couple of belts to spin it, one maybe two at most, and then some wheels that the drum usually rides on. But getting everything disassembled here. There's the inside of everything, not too bad. Back of the control panel. Inside of the where the lint blows out was pretty gross, so I vacuumed all that out pretty good. Looks like I'm going kind of hard in there, but I'm being pretty gentle. Just don't want to hit any of the wiring and or knock anything loose, but again, it's really simple inside, so not too much to worry about. Lots and lots of vacuuming, and then I vacuumed up the shit that was underneath it, because I don't know what these people were thinking, but they were nasty. Alright, see, a lot cleaner inside there now. I'm just going to give it a little spritz with some cleaner, get it wiped down a little bit. Just to remove as much dust as possible. Less dust the better. Lots and lots of cleaning. And then it's just basically taking some things apart and then getting it cleaned up some more from there. I started reassembling and cleaning up some of the top here, or cleaning up and reassembling some of the top here, getting that back together because the inside is basically clean. After I get this taken care of, I'm going to be working on getting the front of it clean where the lint blows or the lint trap is. That part was pretty nasty, which you'll be seeing here in just a couple of seconds. Apparently I did not record how dirty this was. I'm not sure why. But as you can see, I was able to get it pretty clean. There's a couple stains on it, but that's from where the lint comes up into the lint trap there from the motor inside the dryer. You can see basically how dirty, I'm scraping it with a screwdriver, how dirty the inside of the lint trap was and everything. So I scraped it with the screwdriver for a little bit, vacuumed it out, and then I ended up taking it upstairs, actually outside, even though it was cold as hell, using a drill brush for detailing, car detailing, and I scrubbed the whole thing down with some cleaner, got it all pretty cleaned up, and actually it looks almost brand new after I was all done with that. All right, and here's the finished product of that, just giving it a quick wipe down before it in there, but as you can see, it's pretty damn clean. I'm pretty happy with that. So I get that just a little bit more cleaned up off camera, which you can't see unfortunately. And then I get back here, and then it just clips back on. It was a little weird, the shape at the bottom and the corners and everything, kind of annoying. And I also didn't know the camera was being cut off by the top of the dryer that it's sitting on. Then I had to get this part cleaned up because I forgot to bring that upstairs and clean that originally. So I got that taken care of real quick here. And now the washer is basically almost assembled. I'm putting the front panel back on now, which I did mess up a little bit. There's two hooks in the bottom that I didn't get hooked into exactly, but it's on its way. I got it there. And then unfortunately, I didn't notice that my camera died. So shortly after this, it did stop recording, but you'll see in the next clip that it's all clean, assembled, and it is working perfectly fine. Almost brand new at this point. All right, as you can see, it's much freaking cleaner in there. A couple little rust spots and dings here and there, but she's good to go. Let's throw some laundry in it. Woo!